Good morning. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Praise the living Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Very, very honored and glad to be here today. I really thank Minister Luther from Kato Pastor Oshodi and give me this serious privilege. I don't take it lightly. I feel it's honored. I appreciate you because of you, man. Because of yourselves, because of your credit. Before I start, really, like I just want to say, that's the company I work for, and I'm part of our financial. I'm part of a big network called Open Work. I don't know if most of you are aware of the company. We are over 4 or 5, almost 5,000 advisors UK. But briefly before I start, I just want to play a short video for about 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. Then I will take it from there. Thank you, sir.
Everybody that met me, they just automatically loved her, and she had such a big, giving and loving heart. Tex was artistic. He loved music.
When Dee and Tex were together, they had an absolute wonderful time.
My parents divorced when I was 5, but it didn't really make a difference because they were still close and stuff.
A lot of people didn't believe they were divorced. They were always there for each other. And they were always there for the children as well.
My mom got diagnosed with ovarian cancer, stage 4, a couple days before I turned 13. I went back to the hospital and I saw my mom, and we just both started crying.
When she found out that she had cancer, she would tell me, she said, "Mom, you know, I could say why me, but why not me? Trouble falls on everyone."
Dee had health insurance and life insurance, but she had to choose which insurance she had to let go, and she chose to keep the health insurance because she knew what her expenses were going to be.
They didn't expect her to live because when you're diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer, most people are gone within a year. But Dee was a fighter, and she lived 5 years after her diagnosis.
My dad was diagnosed with esophageal cancer, December of 2008.
We all really realized the seriousness of both of the illnesses, for Dee and for Tex. Our biggest concern was for Previs and Yasmin.
When I found out that my father had cancer, I was locked up. And my mother didn't want to tell me because she didn't want me worrying while I was in jail.
Tex died in April, and Dee was gone 3 months later.
After my parents died, there was no life insurance. Things were hard.
Had they had life insurance, both Tex and Dee, things would have been a lot different for her children. Although Yasmin is a strong young lady, you could see the hurt, but she kept persevering, knowing that her goal was to finish high school and ultimately go to college. As far as Previs is concerned, because of the fact that he's been in trouble, it's hard for him to find a job.
If my mom and dad had life insurance, our life would be dramatically different. I mean, I just live day by day, really, with trying to just make it.
My senior year, I was going to school and I was working with Miss Wanda to help prepare for my senior expenses. I would go in there 12, sometimes I would get off to about 9, 10. Fridays we didn't leave till about 12 most of the time.
Life insurance is probably one of the most important things you can do with your life. You don't really know which problems, you leave behind on your children's life, because life changes for everybody after you're gone.
We're not here forever, and there's always going to be a need for us, whoever is left behind, to have that life insurance.
Somehow, I'm sure most of us, like Pastor said initially, where we come from, Africa, we don't take insurance somehow very seriously. I understand now things are changing in Africa, but in Europe, or where we are right now, it is one of the premiums with all companies. What is most important with any company is their name. Insurance pays in UK. Insurance pays in other countries. I'm sure, like I said, it probably is paying now in Africa as well. I could testify to what this video says. I lost my father my final year in primary school, going to secondary school. I'm very, very, very sure if he was alive, the part I took would not be the part I take. And I'm very, very sure if there was money available, the school I went would never be my first choice. What I'm talking about is this. We should watch that video and really take what Lily said. There's a difference in life. Nobody prayed for anybody to die, but it happens. By this time last year, have anybody heard about COVID-19 before? Nobody. Nobody in the whole world can phantom the idea that a year after, I don't know how many millions got already, dead already. And they calculated that combined, all the wars combined together, just COVID-19 has erased the figures right now. My company, our financial, like I said, we are over 4,000 combined with open work. But our sector, which is the protection advice area, we're over 1,500. Like I said, we're part of the UK open work system. And what we do, we believe in financial security. And we try to say, what is financial security really? Financial security is when your combined income, that's when you're financial secure, your combined income is more than your outgoings. That means income from where? We'd like to find out. What we call a passive income will be your return on investment, your profit from your businesses, your interest from savings. It's not, do you say anything like anything from work there? No. When you are financial secure, that means you stop, you are not working anymore, but you get money coming from your investment, your businesses, and your savings. That's when you can say you're financially secure. Because if you should stop working right now, will your income be more than your expenses? So really, we're not financially secure right now. Financial security is not here because we are living from our income, which is our number one priority. Our number one income is what? Our work. So we are working towards financial security right now. The question is, what can stop you from? It's a journey. To get to this stage, it might take some of us 5 years. Some people might take them 10. Some people 15. And if you are younger, 25. But you need to start planning that journey now. The question, what can stop you from reaching that journey? It's like me driving from London to Manchester to see a client. What can make that journey, a 3-hour journey, 15 hours, 2 days, a week? God forbid, never. Can it happen? It does happen every day. Accident can stop you from getting down there. My car can have a flat tire. That means my 3-hour journey is no more 3 hours. It will take me hours to get that tire replaced. If I'm lucky, 1 hour. If I'm not lucky, 7 hours. I will still get there. If the worst that can stop me from getting to that journey, death can occur. Nothing is given. I lost an uncle in Nigeria about 6 years ago. He's a transporter driving from Lagos to Warri with passengers in his vehicle. Unknown to him, there's a trailer in front of him. Africa, we don't secure anything at all. There's a tire at the back of the trailer. Tire came off the trailer. Bam, boom, bam, bam. Straight to his car windscreen. He's the driver, he died. Leaving behind 4 kids. Now, we said there's no insurance in Africa. How do you think the children are living today? It's pressure. Pressure to the rest of the family. We have opportunity today to eradicate that and to correct it. Last year, I went for my parent of my mom. I saw something, I said, why didn't I take action initially? I just want to say this now because most of us are from Africa, and if any of us have parents back in Africa, insurance is still in Africa, I would implore, please, insure your parents in Africa. Because when you're going to bury them, it's going to cost money. It's money you never plan for. Nobody planned for death. When my mother passed away, I was not ready. I was far from ready. Because where I come from, we have a different culture. You must build a house. So you don't build a house from 3,000 pounds in your pocket. That is not land money yet. So if you have a parent in Africa and you can do it and pay from here. It costs you nothing. I'm very sure, even more, it costs you 50 pounds a month to pay the insurance in Africa for them. Pay it. Because when the payout will come, it will benefit you. You will not have to stretch too much. Okay? Not take too much of my time. There's two principles. Let's talk about the future of financial security. We have to plan. It's a journey we need to plan, and we need to start now. There's never a late time. There's never a too late. I'm not too old. Nobody's too old. You can start planning for your financial security now. Financial intelligence is talking about what our income will earn from work. 100% of it. Thank God I'm in the house of God. The Bible says we should do what? Pay 10% as tithe consistently. It's in the Bible. 10% of our income should go for tithe. Second 10%, we advise you should pay yourself. You are the one working from the 1st of the month to the 30th, 29, 20, 30, 31 of the month. You are the one. Pay yourself 10%. Employ the other 10% to your financial security journey. Like I said, it's a journey, it's a step. If I have to go through this step, I cannot jump upstairs. I go from the first ladder. Start moving gently. Start. It's never too late, seriously. Those who put $2,000 or £2,000 into Apple, what is it, 30 years ago, they only put 2,000. Today, their figure is about £10 million. So you think about if you start putting 10% now today, don't worry about it. It will creep compoundly. It will creep compoundly. This thing is very difficult. I won't say, don't let me lie to you. It is not easy. Okay? There's anything that is good, it's not easy. Anything that is good, it is not easy. You will start and fumble. That is okay. Start again. That is called determination. You will start and fumble along the way. To follow this principle, start again. It's never late. This is where it's difficult here. 65% of our income should be put aside to pay our bills. It's not part of your offering, no. It's part of your offering, but it's not part of your tithe. This is the money you send to Africa. This is the money for your car. Everything you're spending should be 65%. The place where we get it wrong is this. Somebody that's earning $1,500 is living in a house, is paying $1,200. Is it the wrong address? If he doesn't know that. Because that will stretch you apart. Let's grow gradually. A baby that is born today can never run tomorrow. It's not possible. That is a miracle God has not shown us yet. So we should not start to practice that in our financial affairs. Spend 65% of our income on your expenses. Somebody call you from Africa after you've passed your budget. Tell them, I'm very sorry. Can we talk about that next month, please? They will not die in Jesus' name. They can survive. You too, you must survive. So don't overstretch. Like my pastor said, don't expand yourself to the way of breaking point. If you break here, they will not send you call home. So that one is even guaranteed safe. So, brother, what you did, don't make I send you money. Are you serious? No, actually now, I don't care if you guys live in Lekki. He will ask you, are you serious? You are in London with the Queen. So I should send you money from who? Abasha from who? I don't know Abasha. They won't give you money. They think you are joking. So don't expand yourself beyond break point. If you can do it, do it. But if you can't, don't break your back. And don't use your credit card for that. And don't go and borrow money from the bank because you are the one in trouble. Not them. 5%. We said, put this apart to protect yourself. The proper problem is this. That 5% is what we are securing the future of our children. One. We are securing our own future as well. A good example is somebody does not have insurance, get diagnosed of critical illness. Can they work again? I won't say 100% cannot work again, but over 50% will not be able to go back to a regular job. Where's the money going to come from? If you have an insurance that pays you 100,000, 200,000, you can start a business even though you're handicapped. People are blind, they are business people, they're plenty. You can start a business with that. You need to protect yourself. If death occurs, children will be paid. They can go to the school you want them to go. They will live the life you expect, even beyond your expectation. Now, financial planning, like we said, what are we trying to protect here? And what is our greatest asset? We see the money there is our greatest asset. It's what? Our ability to earn income. Because if you are sick, can you go to work realistically? No. But if you are self-employed and you are sick and you can't go to work, where will the money come from? When I was working with the NHS, if I don't go to work, I'm sick, they will pay me. This guarantee. I will get my full salary for 6 months because I work with the government. Or if you work with the big parastatals like Apple or Google, they have the money, they will pay your salary for 6 months full pay. After 6 months, they will pay you half pay. But the government will pay you half of your salary. After 1 year, the government will not pay you a dime. Even the parastatals you are working today will not pay you. You will resort to what we call statutory sick pay from the government. I think it's about 92 pounds a week. How can you survive with about under 400 pounds a month? Is that possible? We need to protect our income, especially if we are self-employed. Put an insurance in place to make sure that your income comes even though you fall sick. We don't know we're going to be sick now. Like I said before, initially, COVID didn't tell us it was coming. It came unannounced. It came unannounced. What was our asset again? Our family. We said put this in place to protect their interests. I went to Birmingham about a year ago to see a client, a doctor, Nigerian doctor. The wife too, she's a doctor. They live in a gated community. You know what the guy said that really struck my mind, that really caught my attention? He said he does not want anything to happen to his family if he should die today. He doesn't want the family to live where they're living. We know where they were coming from before. Where they moved from, got elevated them to that community, where there are probably less than 5 or 10 blacks living in that community. He said he doesn't want them to leave this area because he knows if he's alive, they will never leave. Because we will make sure the funds are available. But if he passes away, where will that fund come? Who's going to guarantee that fund? The government? No. He put insurance in place for himself and his wife, almost 2.5 million. That if any of them passes away, their lifestyle will not change. Because when somebody goes, the lifestyle of the family goes if there is no proper planning. The other area we're looking into again is your home. If you have a home, which is your shelter and your share, you need to secure it. Getting a mortgage is one thing. Protecting the mortgage is something else. That is your responsibility. The bank that loaned you that money for that home will not secure the mortgage for you. That is your business. You don't pay the mortgage, they will take your house. If you die and you don't pay the mortgage, they will take your house. You stop working because you are sick, they don't care if you are sick to death. They will take that house. They don't care if you have paid that mortgage for 23 years. No, take it back. Let's say 25-year mortgage, and you've paid 24 years. 6 months. You left 6 months, right? There's no free 6 months, oh. They want that money. The 6 months left. And they'll do the worst. And what is the worst? They will sell that house without you having any input on how much they sell the house. And they give you your change. You don't control how they sell the house and how much they get. All they are after is their own balance and give you whatever is left. And protecting the mortgage, really, sometimes it's very funny. It doesn't cost that much. Most of us, we don't ask questions. We should ask, how much is this? We are very, very good on buying a brand new iPhone for $1,500. But we find it difficult to protect our mortgage. I've been in this industry now for 8 years. It's a shocker to me sometimes when I go and meet some clients. I'm like, are you serious? I'm saying that in my mic, I can't say it out. I'm like, are you serious? I will just ask the question, how long have you had this mortgage with no insurance? You will hear 4 or 5 years. That means you are playing with Russian roulette with your family's life. Because anything goes wrong, your family can be kicked out. But I've been to somewhere in Milton Keynes where this lady is living in a house right now. A £700,000 mortgage was paid off after 2 years of policy kept. And one of the partners passes away. The insurance company paid that mortgage off. If anything goes wrong, we will pay the mortgage off, not you. Once you protect your mortgage, something goes wrong, it will be paid off. Also, talking about your house, you need to put a home insurance. If there's fire, insurance, the bank that gave you that money will not fix that household. That is not it. Really, you know what you are insuring that mortgage, your mortgage? It's your land, really. The house must be repaired and fixed by you. But if you have an insurance, you treat that responsibility back to the insurance company. They will refurbish your house for you. They will build you a brand new house. And if you protect the content, they will replace everything back inside. But how can you get that advantage? You must have your own insurance and you must have your content insurance if that is your house. And if you're a landlord, you should do the same thing likewise. It applies both ways. People always say it will not happen to me. Like I said initially, when COVID came, nobody knows it's going to come. I got a client that was hit by COVID. He was in the hospital for over 6 weeks. There's a policy we have that pays about £250 if you're in the hospital for every day. That guy was paid over 11,000 plus. He had the policy for over 4 years, never claimed before. But when this COVID hit, it went to him. He was in the hospital for more than 6 weeks. And for every day, 24 hours he was in that hospital, we paid him £250 a day. If he was a child, it would have been 100. And it's a very, very, very good policy like the life insurance. Statistics says every day, 35 people under the age of 65 die from coronary heart diseases. It will happen to me. That's our prayer. Amen. In Jesus' name, it will not happen to us. But this is a statistical figure. More than 1 in 2 people will develop some form of cancer during their lifetime. And if you have been off work for more than 6 months, you have an 80% chance of being off for 5 years. Where will your income come from if you're off for 5 years? God forbid. If you're not retired and you're able to work, you want to work, and you can't go to work, that alone itself is painful. Whether you like it or not, someone has to pay if you fall sick. Someone has to pay if there's an accident. Someone has to pay if there's disability. The question is, who's going to pay you? Do you want us, the insurance company, to pay? Or you want your family or friends to pay for that? Which one will you definitely prefer? Do you want a check from the insurance company? Or will you want flowers to be sent if something should happen that is terminal? Because friends will not write you a check for £100,000. Friends will not write you a check for $500,000. Friends will never write you a check for $1 million. Only thing I can guarantee that is when you take a policy with that. Whatever the figure says in your insurance policy, it will be honored. Like I said, this is not Africa. We respect our name. Our name is treasure. That's our only good way. And we represent companies that are reputable. If there's any questions, I could take. Oh, first of all, we'll just give us some forms out, please. If you can, please write your name and number, because insurance is personal. I'll give you a call. I'll make an appointment. We can do that through the virtual media, Zoom, LinkedIn, over the phone. We'll talk about that. And then, if you are interested in a job, we're employing as well, just write job on it. Indicate you are looking for a job. Don't worry, I never did this in my life before. I was working in NHS right here, mostly hospital. So, we will train you. Don't worry about that. You will be trained. As long as you can use a computer. That's one of the requirements. You're educated enough. You can't talk, we'll teach you how to talk. Don't worry about that part. As long as you can smile. The point is, as long as you know your facts. And like I said, if I want to be a pilot today, I will be a pilot. All I have to do is to apply to pilot school, read the books, and apply. If you can't drive, I'll teach you how to drive. You learn. Within a month, you'll be driving a car. You drive from here to Manchester, no problem. But you have to learn and put yourself, be willing to be taught. That's the word. You'll be willing to be taught. You'll be taught. No career cannot be taught. So if there's any question, I could take. Anybody? The mobile number is 077 153 52353. We'll give us, there must be some flyers there. We'll give you flyers with my number is in the flyer. Any question? If there's none, yes. Oh, one is there.
Praise the Lord. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. It was very, very brief, straight to the point, and we really, really thank you. Thank you for coming. My question is, when you were trying to analyze our income, you said about 100%, and you tried to, please, if you can go back to that, please. 100% income and 10% go to charity or faith. Yeah. But based on the biblical principles, we are supposed to pay 10%, which is our tithe.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you mean tithe?
Yes.
Okay, sir. That's the, okay. Then pay yourself, save, invest, and you actually spendable money. What about all that? Because you can't say that 10% is charity. That is God.
That's God.
Charity is different from God.
No. Charity means if you're not Christian.
Okay, if you're not Christian.
Yes.
Okay, this is
on. Muslim is Saka. It's called Saka as a Muslim.
Okay.
So you don't believe in Christianity, you don't believe in kind of religion, you can do charity as 10% to give us a good way.
Okay. I just want to clarify that. Thank you, sir. So that's my question.
Right. The questions I have is you mentioned protecting your mortgage.
Yes.
What sort of money are we talking about? How much? Let's say somebody has a mortgage of 300,000.
Yes.
What sort of money are we talking about?
Is the money you have left as of today to pay to your mortgage? Your mortgage, the house, the place, the mortgage, your house could be worth $500,000.
Yes.
You are only owing the bank 150,000. That is the money you are protecting, the 150,000. Yes, you don't protect the household. The house one is for the house insurance. That covers the amount to rebuild that house.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir. The second question is we have our youth. Some of them are not here because they've gone to university. There are some things happen at university. They get boggled. It's very common. Once in a while it happens in the university. Is there any insurance that we can think about when we are sending our children to university? Is there any insurance that can protect their good, apart from content insurance? When we go back to the landlord over there, when it happens to them, they will tell you that you're supposed to have your own insurance.
Yes.
So, and they will have lost all their goods and so on. So, how is there anything in place that we can put in place when we are sending our children to uni?
Yes, we do. Once the child is over 18, we have, like we talked about the sickness one, the child can have his own adult insurance for that. Which means if he gets sick at Y school and is in hospital, it's covered. He will be paid for every 24 hours stay, not for the treatment, but for the stay in the hospital. But if he had broken bones, that policy covers that. It has a lot of other benefits involved. Now, if the child is under 18, the child has to be under the parent cover. And the amount you pay for that one is way, way less than having an individual insurance for the child. Now, in terms of serious illness, like sickness, like critical illnesses, the child can take his own too, as long as they are over 18. If they are under 18, we will put them under the parent's own insurance. The child will always be insured.
What about their personal belongings like laptops and things that the thieves you always target to take off?
For that as well, like, you can do a separate insurance for that, or if you have your own insurance for yourself, you can add those laptops under your own insurance. It's much cheaper that way.
And if you get lost out of your home, it's
recovered. Once we have what we call, you declare taking items out of the home. You go close, declare it covered. It's going to be covered. Their mobile phone can be included into your home insurance. I do recommend that, because I really bring down the cost down for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Any other questions?
Thank you very much, sir, for the presentation. Yeah, you mentioned during your presentation that if we have elderly parents at home, that we should try to insure them. So, do you have any contact or people that does that in Nigeria that we can contact for that type of insurance?
You can look at that yourself back home. I can get someone to talk to Pastor about it. I know someone there, but I don't know if they do it. I've never taught them for that because my parents is gone now. But I've said I realized I should have done that a long time ago when he hit me last year. Because I know I would have really been saved with all the expenses. So if not full expense, at least half of the money spent would have come from the insurance company.
So, sir, so the insuring our elderly parents. So, are you talking about that we do the insurance here and we sign up the insurance here and then we protect them in Nigeria? Is that what you mean?
No, don't work that way. If you are in Nigeria, you do insurance in Nigeria. If you have elderly parents here, you do it for them here.
But does it really work in Nigeria?
It's working now. That's what I heard. So that's why I said you should do your own due diligence, find out companies. It's improving now, I heard. I don't know about that, but I know people that are doing it. It's working in Nigeria. Okay.
Okay. And then, sorry, the answer, the question that Pastor asked the other time about the mortgage insurance, I wasn't quite clear about when you said it protects.
Mortgage insurance, you are protecting the money you are owing the bank. If I borrow 500,000 20 years ago, and today the balance left is 250, all I want to protect is that 250. The insurance company don't care the money I borrow, they want their money. Like I said, if it's 10,000 pounds left and the person passes away, they can take that house and still sell it and get that 10,000 and give you the change. But that control, you want that control to remain with you, not with them. So if somebody passes away, then the insurance company will come in and say, okay, what is left with the money? 350,000. We'll pay the money right away. So there's no more mortgage to that house again. The mortgage will be paid off. Once who put that policy in place passes away, the money will be paid off. The insurance will be paid off. The insurance will pay the balance of the mortgage off. If it's left 15 years, it's almost zero. The balance becomes zero. If you have the insurance. If you don't have the insurance, then that's what it is.
Okay. Is there anything like anything under insurance that you can have in place for example, maybe your children, for going forward, their education, their,
That is your life insurance. That's what you should put in place, because if you are alive, you will make sure they get that money they need. The question is, if I should die today, what happened to my children? Because when you put the life insurance, and we do encourage you to put the life insurance and you put it in trust. And what does the trust mean? That this money is 300,000. Once the children are over 18, they can be a trustee on their insurance. If they're not over 18, we put somebody else as a trustee. And the word trustee means I trust you, that if I should die, my children will not suffer. Don't give money, put someone that you don't trust to be a trustee for your children. That is up to you to decide who your trustee will be. But once your children are over 18, then you can do a new trust form to put them in charge of their own destiny. But they must be 18 years to be a trustee.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And if anybody has insurance right now, life insurance, and you don't have a trust done, call your insurance company to initiate that trust. Make sure your life insurance is in trust.
Thank you, sir. Just before I read the online question, people are asking questions online as well.
All right, sir.
As our sister just said, if you are going to insure in Nigeria, be very, very careful. I wanted to insure a car in Nigeria, and the man said, we got two insurance. One is 5,000, one is about 15,000 or something like that. I said, wow, why is that one is so cheap? Is it third party or what? He said, no, they are both comprehensive, but one is fake.
As I said, do your
so what to be very, very careful.
Do your very careful. Due diligence.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes. Shall we read this? We have questions online. Sorry. Okay. Let me read one online, then we can pass it on, because they've written it for a long time. Mama, 1 minute now. The first question is, how do we benefit from insurance when sick and not have paid enough? The person let's assume the person hasn't paid enough insurance and he become ill. Let's say the first month you paid insurance or the second month you became ill. We have two questions, but that's the first one.
Well, there's nothing like not paying enough. As long as your policy is in effect, you are covered. Okay, if they've not cancelled the policy, you are still covered. It doesn't matter. I've not paid for a month. Most companies give you at least a month. You can miss 1 month, you are still covered to the second month. Some companies even to the third month, you are still covered. As long as it's not cancelled, you are covered. Okay. If there's a payout, what most of them do is to take the money you owe out of the payout.
Yes.
They don't say because you are sick, you've missed 1 month, you are not covered. No, it don't work that way. As long as the policy is not cancelled, you are still covered. But by most people.
And the second one, I think the second one on the question before I pass it on to Mama is, if you have a mother that is about 100 years old in Nigeria, how do you protect for that person? Will any insurance take that?
In UK, we don't cover someone over 84. Most policies don't cover 84. So
it doesn't cover 84?
In UK, I don't know about Nigeria.
Okay. In UK, okay.
Yeah, so that's what I should ask question over there. If you wait that long, you
left it late.
84.
84 here, yeah.
So after 84, nothing?
To start taking the policy, if you don't have a policy before then, to join, most of them like I have to look at it.
Mama is well under 84, about 16, I believe.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that I can ask something? If you apply to me, because my age, and I've been in the country so long. But this is the time now my brain are working nicely. Before, I do the money anyhow. Then I have a house. And then the children, I have children here. I have at home. But the one here, they struggle. I'm not working again. When I'm working, I don't think of all this you are asking. That's the reason why I want to ask. The question is it can apply to me if I... I know. I'm not 16. I'm 80, nearly 90 now. I caught the age. There's that one
turning 90, because can he get insurance? Starting now.
That, like I said before, the maximum age limit for a life insurance is 89.
89, okay.
89.
Up to 89. If you have a policy, it will expire at 89. And to join, it must be done earlier than that.
Can mama children do it though? That's what she's trying to do.
Children can do that, but not for mama.
Not for mama. Okay. Okay. Your son can do it, but not
for his own.
For their own.
So the son cannot do it for mama?
No.
Thank you, sir. That was quite.
For life insurance, there's two types of life insurance. There's two types of life insurance. There's what we call term insurance. In UK, the maximum age it stops at 89. Period. It's cancelled. They don't take money from you. You don't pay no money. There's no benefit. The second insurance is called whole of life. That one does not expire. That one does not expire. That's forever. And that's what we call the funeral benefit. That's the general time. The funeral benefit, it never expires. It's a 99-year policy. So if somebody that's 40 years old, 50 years old right now, not 40, 50 years old, take that policy to 100 and something years old. So if you're still alive, that one is a guaranteed payment because it's a 99-year policy.
Thank you, sir. That was quite educative. My question is this. If you happen to have content and then building insurance and you are using another company, let's say 20 years back, is it transferable?
To where?
To another company like Legal and General, Adviva and all sorts. Is it transferable? And if it is, will they now exhume or pay all the money that one has paid to that Legal and General?
Let me explain this.
Okay.
When you buy a car, you insure your car.
Yes.
Last year, your car was insured by
Tesco, for example.
Say Aviva. This year, you want to insure your car with Legal and General. Legal and General has no business with Aviva. Your policy covers you. On a serious note, really, your policy are monthly, not yearly. There's nothing saved you've been paying for the past 20 years. That is gone.
Okay.
Absolutely zero. Except those who took the policy a long time ago, we have what we call cashback. Those ones are relevant today. In the sense that they are relevant in the sense that if you still have those old policies, don't cancel it because they will pay you when that policy expires. That is the only policy you can get money back. New policy we are doing now, after that law was struck down, we don't pay, there's no cashback.
Can the money be paid or transferred?
There's no transfer, there's no transfer.
Even that cashback?
That cashback only belongs to that particular policy you have. Once that policy expires, if it's 20 years policy, it's expiring next year. When it expires next year, they will pay you all the money you've been paying for the past 20 years back to you. Period.
Sir, I don't understand, but what I'm asking, like, if I now decided to come to you guys,
yes,
that cashback,
yes,
can it be paid to you so that you can pay us?
No. That you can't pay because our money, the new policy thing there has no cashback element in it at all.
Okay, thank you.
That cashback is for those old policies and it has been cancelled by like 10, 12 years now. There's no much cashback in UK. The New of Europe it's a law that came from the Brussels.
When?
About 10, 12 years ago.
Time.
So we used to say that before. It's good because we Africans get our money back.
Paying it and they will give it back.
We would like to get our money back, but there's nothing like that on a serious note. You know, they could stop that. But those who have the old policies, keep their old policies. That's my advice, so that you get your money.
Thank you, sir.
But not the sum assured though. It's the money you'll be paying, just your premium you get back. Let me say the policy is for £100,000. They're not going to give you £100,000 if you're not dead. They will not. They only give you your money, your have been paying, that premium will be returned back to you, not the sum assured. Sum assured is there that if you should die, we'll give your family 100,000.
Yes.
But the money you've been paying for the past 20 years, by that time, let's say £7,000, they will only pay you back your £7,000, not 1 penny above.
So insurance is not transferable?
Never.
All right. Thank you.
Because you're paying, you are insuring yourself.
But you know, what about those insurance, like at workplace, we normally have like insurances.
Good question.
And when sometimes they transfer us from that insurance, I don't know, to a different.
I talk about pension. Pension is different now. When you are working, pension is a different thing. When you have what we call at work, what you have in workplace with government is called death in service. And that death in service at work only stays with you while you are still in that company. When I left, the day I fired myself from NHS, that day my death in service disappeared. If I should die today, NHS will not pay my family a dime. Because I'm no more a staff with NHS anymore. When I was a permanent staff, if I should die, they will pay my family times 4 of my salary. That was the agreement. Unknown to me, really. I didn't know about it before.
So they strike agreement with this?
No, it's not agreement. It's not agreement. It's a group insurance NHS has on their staffs. They pay you. If you are sick, they will pay my salary when I'm sick. I don't need to go to work if I'm sick. I don't force myself to go to when I was sick. See, but if you're a bank staff, you are sick, so they still come to work because they don't get paid. But I'm a permanent staff. If I'm sick, why would I go to work? Even they will drive me from work. Chris, look like you're not feeling well. Yeah, your body's man, get out. Go back home.
But when this insurance that I'm talking about, when some of the staff left the company, yeah, they still have access to that insurance.
Why are we talking about pension? My pension is different. My pension is still there. Pension is a different thing entirely. And because I stopped working with NHS, I need to be topping it myself. Because if I was still working, my pension would be increasing. But when I stopped working, NHS stopped paying for that.
Yes.
I need to make sure I'm putting something back. If I don't put it, I will suffer it later on. Because my mate will be getting money higher than me. I cannot shout foul. Because I refuse to add to it. That is my personal, that is my problem there. It's not the government. You have to put money into your pension. Because you're a permanent staff, you have no choice. It's coming out automatically. Yes. And then the government is matching it for you. But when you stop working for them, why would they put money there for you? No, you're not with them anymore. What's the value? What's your value to them?
Okay, but you can continue.
You can have, you are supposed to be doing that. I have a private pension right now. Yeah. I did privately. Now, I need to do that because otherwise, in the latter years, my money will reduce. If I don't start doing that now. I'm not forced to do it, but when I was with the government, it's been done by force, I like it or not.
So now, if, for example, I leave the company, yeah, I can still continue with that.
You can continue with that one, or you can do your own, get a different pension company.
All right.
That almost fall onto you to do.
Okay.
But not with the government. When you leave, you go. They don't worry about it. What about the current staff they have? Yeah. They have enough on their plate. So what about the staff that have left?
Because they pay for my experience, just to process what she's trying to say. From my experience is, when I used to work with the local council, which is Lambeth Council, I then moved away from there to educational area. My pension followed me. They took the money out of the council. Yes. They took the money out, and then it follows me along. That money follows me. That's what he's trying to say.
Yes. If you go so independent, that is a different matter. Yes. Then you have to move it yourself. You have to move it. You have to let me say, like I said, I'm not more with any government. I'm more like independent. Yeah. If I want to just talk to somebody that area is in pension, what do I do with my pension with NHS? They will advise me what to do. Either move it, or leave it there, or start a new one. I opt to start a new one. But that one is still there. That one will always remain there.
Because it's your contribution.
Depending on whatever I've left there. But if I want to stick to that one and stay there and wait that one, let's say that one is only 100,000 right now. And then I refuse for the next 20 years, I didn't put it down. That that money will never grow by itself. So I had the onus is on me to add to that. Mommy, sorry, to ask a question.
Oh, thank you. You said something about if someone is sick, say someone is in the hospital, they're going to pay them while they were in the hospital, while they were sick anyway. But is it the same package or separate package from the life insurance? Because it's like, the way you're saying it is like all in one. Life is separate.
It's definitely separate. And that one I'm talking about, you must take that policy between the age of 18 and 59. If you are 60, you're not qualified. That policy is between 18 and 59. But if you are a baby under 18, you can take it with the parents.
So you have to do it separately.
For what?
You have to do it separately, like the one.
Yeah, it's separate. It's a separate.
And then do
your life insurance is separate. Your criticalness is separate. Your income protection is separate. Your home insurance is separate. Everything is separate. You cannot have all the policies. One policy covers everything. I don't think so. Because once they pay you, unless they pay your life policy or let's say criticalness now for 250,000, unless you have what they call criticalness and life insurance. So if you have those two together combined, yes.
Is there anything like that?
Yes.
We have one more question online and another question. I think Mama have one after that. The question is, when you are doing life insurance, roughly how much is it? Somebody was asking online.
Well, that's a very good question. It says that life insurance goes with I would say two things really. One, your age. How young are you or how old are you?
Okay.
The one we apply goes with something else again called your health. How healthy are you? I can do a quote for you right now and say it's £35. It's based on that you are very, very healthy. Okay. I've never started asking a question yet. When I apply for the policy, I will ask you, how tall, what's your weight? We will do all that. I will ask you, do you smoke?
Do you drink?
You say yes. Tap down, goes up there. How is your heart? How is your chest? Palpitation. I will put it there. Asthma, I will put it there. Diabetes, you say yes. Cholesterol, you say yes. Do you think that person that has all that and person that has maybe just only one thing, back pain, it's not going to be the amount. We have what we call underwriters. They will look at all this and then they will request for your medical report from your GP. Okay. To buttress what you told me. Because we ask you, you must not lie. Because you say, this is not Africa. Everything you will do is documented. If I go to a hospital, if I travel to Glasgow today, I fall sick in Glasgow, I see a GP. Guess what they ask me? Where do you live, sir? What's the postcode? Why are they asking that question? They're going to link me with my GP. As I leave that GP in Glasgow, the next email that goes out, the next transfer, is to transfer my information from that GP in Glasgow. Before I even come back to London, it's here already. It's with that information, whatever I did in Glasgow is with my GP in London. Before I even get to London, even before I even get the report. Because they are all interlinked.
So if you are dealing with insurance, deceit is not wisdom.
It will be at your own peril. Because that's why when people say the insurance don't pay, they're not saying the truth because they've lied seriously. You are a smoker, you are telling me you don't smoke. Who are you fooling? Pay the extra to guarantee your payment. I cannot come and do a breathalyzer and tell you, okay, your blood shows smoke. I don't do blood test. I asked you a question, do you smoke? You said no. And I put no. Whereas you are a chain smoker. Your GP has been begging you to stop smoking. You said no. And today this is what? 27th of what? September. And your GP says, since January 2020, 2000, you have been smoking. That is before today. And you never said no smoking there. So you've lied. You don't play fastness. We do that with our car insurance. They ask you where you park your car, you say it's at the garage. And then you make a claim one day. Look, nowadays we are in a viral system like that. I can Google your house and show you your apartment. And your house, there's nothing like any space for underground parking. Everything is occupied by a flat or a store. And then you go for car insurance to repair your car. They fix your car, the car is ready to pick up. You call them, okay, yes, my car, can I come pick up my car? I said, no, you can't pick up your car. Why? You said your car is on that garage. Your house is on a flat surface. Sir, go and pick up your car yourself. What would they say? Insurance company, they are liars. I've been paying them for 10 years. They didn't want to pay yours. Say the truth. You just lie because your premium could have been. When your car is in the garage, under the car park, it's £300. Your car is on the street, it's £600. Because you don't want to pay 600, you want to pay 300. Go and pick up your car yourself. That is people that will be screaming all over the world. Insurance companies are liars. They don't pay. They say one thing. No! You are the one to say 3 things. Tell me I have back pain. I'll put it there. I take iron tablets. Say all those things. We'll put it there. Let the underwriters go through. That's okay. Back pain, that's nothing. You'll be alright. They say that. They might not increase it. It might be £25. It's okay, £2 more. What is the problem? At least they accept you. It's better when you are doing insurance. Be truthful. That is what we're looking for. Tell us how it is. Let us know. If anything after today, we are responsible. It is our responsibility to take. That's our agreement. We pay you any amount. Because the money is there. This COVID alone, one of the things I'm talking about right now, my company has paid 5.5 million already for hospital stay in UK. Thank you, sir. I have clients I've claimed, many. And the good part with that policy is this: you can claim and claim and claim. You have nothing to do with that. The point is, pay your premium. Have your policy in place. Let us protect our children. Like that video really said, it hurts when a person passes away and I go on bus or I say, go for me. It's annoying. I did a policy in COVID. COVID is about 3 hours before this pandemic started. Couple, husband and wife. Although they are young, 150,000 each. Guess what they're paying? £8. She was shocked. For £8, she never asked before. £8, £150,000 insurance for her, £150 for the husband. That's £16. How much is Nados, please, for two couple, a couple and me? Just husband and wife, in Nados. We spend £25 easily. If we take 2 kids with us, it's going to be about £50. Please. Insurance is it's nothing. Car insurance, most of us who drive a car, we know how much you pay now. I've paid £100 on car insurance. We all pay over £50 for car insurance. What value is a car to your child if you should die today? Like the guy in Birmingham said, do we know what's around the corner? Do any of us know what's around the corner? Where will you be in a year from today? Said, let's start with that one. Any clue? When I was taking my mortgage preparation, my tutor said, he told somebody one day, when they were about to do insurance, the guy refused to take the life insurance. Okay, do me a favor, please. A week before you die, please email me. I'll come back and do your life insurance. Is that possible? Never. It's unpredictable. I parked my car down the street. Am I sure that car is there right now? Now, am I sure? No. But if the car is gone, what do I do? Phone call. Just one phone call. I will have a brand new car to drive tomorrow till they replace me. Give me another one. It's guaranteed because I have insurance on the car. Or I go back out there right now, the car has been run over by a trailer. Will I start crying? No! It's not possible. Phone call again. If it's fixable, they will fix it. If it's not, they will write it off. And they will pay me to replace it. Those are value. Those are things you will need to do. Add value to your family. Add value to your family. It's important. We all have children. We want them to go to Oxford University. It's not free. It's not free. It's money. To go to a good school is money. And that should be our drive. Let our kids go to the best school. Sacrifice your happiness for them. Because the school they go define them. Guaranteed. There's no joke about that. If my son went to the same school, Prince William, who is his friend? Don't know him now? Of course. I don't know Prince William. If my son went to school with him, I will know him today. He will know me. We will talk on the phone. We will rap. Because he called my son every day. Daddy, let me talk to Prince William, please. Hello, please. I'll talk to him. That's your money. Putting your school, your children, in the best school you can afford. Please, it's not a waste of money. Where we do waste of money is when we throw party. We take a hall for 25,000. That is a waste of money. Let your children go to school. You pay 10,000 a month. Fine. Work for it. We will enjoy it, definitely. Thank God we say we will reap our benefit from our children in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Final question. Somebody asked a question that do you deal with will and probate, or is it that solicitor's side?
Well, we do with will. Okay. Yes. We transfer it to the right place. The probate is probate occurs when you don't have a will.
When you don't have.
So you want to avoid that. Because most of us don't take this seriously. You need to avoid probate. Avoiding probate is putting a will in place. You know, so that everything is sorted out for you. We're going to live 104, 110 years in Jesus' name. But like the Bible says in Proverbs 24:27, it says, put your house in what? In order. That's all. Put your house in order. That way you can sleep gently. Just on my way, just a complaint. I did something for a guy. This guy really took my eye. Like, are you sure you're African? He set up each of his properties and aligned his children to them and slapped their name on each of them. Not only children alone. Everybody in the family. Why is he doing that? He doesn't want no fixed fighting. No kung fu. Your name is there, you are sorted out correctly. Why can you scream? You can't. Because you are sorted. Like Pastor Adefaran said, the one in Nigeria said, he said, when he's in heaven, I don't know if I've seen that video. He said, he wants his great grandchildren to be kissing his picture. Why is he saying that? He has put this in place that if he should die, which he will die, because we are all going to die. What have we left for our children? Is it a minus or a plus? It's a question.
Thank you, sir. Any? Want to round up?
Over 60 years.
Yes, sir. Mama has pension over 60 years ago.
Yes, but when you only go church minimum, mom say when they transfer, can you
the pension
for last card. You know what to you see,
can she transfer?
She's British.
Pension to children.
Yeah, like I said, I am not a pension expert. You need to talk to a financial advisor on that. You know, that's not my area of specialty right now. So she talk to a financial advisor like this information.
Oh, pension.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so much for your word. It's so much enlightening, like most of us have heard. However, I would like to ask, because like you did mention earlier about people going for GoFundMe when death suddenly happens. About 2 years ago, myself and my husband did inquire about life insurance, and the process was so complicated. We were just like, you know what, I don't think it's worth it anymore. So how easy is this for most of us that we've heard your presentation today? I'm sure we don't want to be, we're no more naive anymore. We're quite, enlightened by your words today. How easy are they? Because we don't want to go through these rigorous ways of doing it.
Very, 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 very easy. Just fill that form. I will call you. I will call you. Call both of you and your husband. Like I said, I will hook up on a virtual medium. Okay? And then we can sort it out. It's very, very easy. It's painful, like I said, when things like that happen. I won't lie to you. Because it happens somewhere I know very well. And I asked myself, what is wrong with this guy? He didn't put it in place. And he passed away during this COVID. He helped me a lot because I know him. And you know what I do. So what was the problem? That's my question. I keep asking myself. Why? If I know my friend is a painter and my house is falling into a painter, what should I do? Call him to come and paint it. Let's use people we know. Ask questions. Don't say I will do it one day. Nobody knows what tomorrow is. So nobody knows even the next 5 minutes.
That's right.
The next 5 minutes is not giving. It's just by God's grace we are living daily. Right now in America, it's 200,000 plus. And they say 1,000 dying every day. Every day, 1,000 people die in America. I don't know if you go there in the UK. That's a lot. But we need to put this in place. And the bad part is this: once we are healthy right now, take advantage of your health. Because once communications start coming, there's 5 people who come for an application. One, they either accept you or start it. 2, increase the money you will pay. 3, they might postpone it. You know, then they can decline it. Or they can accept it and put an exclusion. There's the 500. I had a client that they had some form of cancer. The person is okay today, but what they accept the person, they give the person a policy. But that particular cancer is excluded from the life insurance. But if that particular thing comes back again, even though they say it's gone, they agree, but they're not sure, because it can come back. But if it come back again and kill that person, they're not going to pay. We'll give you life insurance, yes. You had it before, it's gone. Fine. That's what we call exclusion. We'll give it to you. But if that thing should come back again and be the cause of death, we're not going to pay. It's just, they don't lie. They tell you what it is. So people don't understand. They say, they refuse to pay. No, they don't refuse. It's in the contract. Because you say you have a critical illness, you have a cancer, it's gone.
Oh.
Okay, fine. But we take it, but we have to exclude that particular cancer off. It's up to you. Do you want the policy or you don't want the policy? You have to decide. It's not automatic. You have to agree. As if it's excluded. But if you have some minor things, you can say it, we'll put it there. They can take it, like I said, they will accept it. Once they agree, that means they take responsibility for it. That's all. But you don't have it, that would be the worst crime ever. So like I said, we'll just give her the form. Please write your name there. I'll give you a call, then we'll take it from there.
Thank you very much, sir. I don't think there's any more questions. Is there any online?
Let me just ask this one. Earlier on, you mentioned, sir, that one of the reasons why the insurance companies fails to honor their words deceits when people lie to them. And we have many people, like you mentioned, that people crowd fouls, that insurance people don't normally scam them and they don't pay. Are there any other reasons, any other factors apart from lying that could...
That is the worst fact. That's the worst thing you can do. When they ask the application form, Mr. Jones, did you smoke? And you said no. And you know you are a chain smoker. That already make that contract null and void.
Because
automatically you are wasting your money.
Yeah, I know about the DC because I know that the insurance company normally use like act of God when something happens. And
What is act of God?
They say it's something out of their control. Something happen like earthquake.
Yeah, if you die, you die. Dead is dead. That's not act of God there.
I think trying to point out something. Remember many years ago, there was a storm where we used to live, and then some of the tiles fell off. On our roof, and I called insurance. I got insurance. I called them and said, this has happened. I will call you back. And they called me back. As soon, in about an hour, they called me back and said, well, we've checked with the weather people, no such thing in your area. And I said, hang on there. I can't go to my own roof and start removing tiles. And if you're not going to pay me, I'm going to call my solicitor and you talk to them. And it was Halifax Insurance then. And they went back and said, oh yeah, no, we're not going to pay. And about an hour later, she called back, said, oh yeah, it's fine. Go and look for 2 quotations, we pay the cheapest one. And it was sorted out. So,
well, things like that, like you said, there's many avenues. If you are not happy, thank God where we are right now, we are working for financial ombudsman. Yes. If you're not happy whatever we are doing, bring the complaint to us. And let's say we cannot resolve it, and you're still not happy what we say. If we know we have to pay, we'll pay you. If there's a query, they'll tell you what the query is. And if you're still not happy, you have another means of going straight to the financial ombudsman. That's all. Your case will be resolved. We're not in Africa, we say, whatever they say, that is it. No. That's not it here. We make sure whatever is on our contract, we honor our contract. I'm not sure not deceive us.
It's been very, they said knowledge is power. It is really power. We've been enlightened and so on. So we thank you very much for coming. And they said that the madness of this year is different from next year. So things might change. If you invite me, sir, next time, yes, sir, will you honor our
absolutely, absolutely,
because things might change. Things change. Law changes all the time. Absolutely. So that's why I'm asking. Well, we are asking behalf of our mommy that we ask you again, sir, will you?
I will be very, very honored to come back.